And I want to welcome into the studio longtime friends of not only this program, but of yours truly, the fabulous Rodenberg boys. Of course, we've got Carl on piano, Michael Rodenberg on bass, and smiling Mike McKinney on guitar.
Yes, smiling.
Yes, how you guys doing today?
We're doing good.
Thanks for coming in, guys. I know this has been a long time coming. Just for a minute, what happened the last time you were here?
They said I stomped my foot too hard or something. I don't know what it was. We had trouble in the next room.
Yeah, I know. Well, that's all right. No, not everybody's a music lover like the fans here from the Jazz Cafe.
Well, not everybody likes foot music.
That's right. That's right. That's right. Well, you know, I told somebody, I said, you know, after I heard that, I was out somewhere listening to you, and I'm thinking, I met somebody, I said, listen to that, man. You can hear that over all that sound reinforcement.
Well, I mean, you know, sometimes you can't afford a drummer, and you got to do a little percussion.
That's true. You've got to be a one-man band. Well, we're going to have a little interview here, and then we'll get back to some music. I've known Carl Rodenberg for quite some time, and of course he has been a fixture here in the Tri-State with all different kinds of music. And Carl, why don't you just talk for a minute about your kind of rise to fame and fortune here in the music world of the Tri-State.
In the fall.
Okay.
The rise and fall of Carl Rodenberg.
No, I've been doing music for a long time. Since I started playing professionally, since I was 15. I should be a lot better, but it was the 70s.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
You know, so
how many of those gigs do you really remember?
I don't know. I lost a whole lot of brain cells, but it's all right. And you know, we've been recording, writing songs for years. And actually, Bookie, who's playing with us this Saturday at the Evansville Country Club.
No, it's the Eagles Country Club.
Our Eagles.
Right.
Yeah, that's right. We're at the Evansville Country Club. Anyway, I get them all mixed up.
Right.
It's a country club.
Right.
But he says, man, you write a lot of different kinds of songs. And I said, well, yeah, I was raised on Gregorian chants, Elvis Presley, and Lawrence Welk. I mean,
you know, what a combination. One of the recordings that we play a lot here on 91.5 is really the only one we have, I think, is the Live at the Quarter Note, when Bob Ballard on the quarter note out there at Washington Square, and basically you had the same setup except you had a different guitar player then, right?
Yeah, we got a good one now. He's all right.
That's
actually,
true.
he tried to listen to the show out in the parking lot.
He could have dialed it in, yeah.
Yeah, I was thinking we were going to have to run a mic out there.
Well, take a minute. We'll talk to Michael and Smiling Mike. On bass is Michael Rodenberg, and I know you've been playing bass for a long time. Mike, you want to talk for a few minutes about some of your background?
Well, I've been playing since high school professionally. Started playing more electrical bass in the classic rock group back then. Kind of evolved into some country, and probably the last 10 years I took up the upright. So I'm still kind of relatively new at it. It's been 10 years.
Right.
But I did more bluegrass and stuff for the first 5 or 6 years. Started working with Carl more, and so I'm here today.
And you also play with some other bands besides playing with your brother, is that correct?
Yeah, Charlene Blay in the second edition, and our bluegrass group actually disbanded last year, so I don't even mention their name anymore.
Right.
Play some country music with another fella, and just whatever comes along.
Excellent, excellent. I always like to hear you playing it. I mean, you're such a steady beat, and as good as you are, sometimes people forget that until they actually see you get up and play, man. It's tremendous.
Thanks.
Yeah. And last but not least of this trio this afternoon, we have Smiling Mike McKinney. Mike and I go back to the days of Garvin's Park when there was a jazz band. There was other jazz bands, but the one that was most notable was a group called Southern Indiana Brass and Electric Company, Civico, and I believe, let's see, it was Mike McKinney, Chris Fruit, Roy Carter, John Fickus, Greg Martin, and Pat McCormick. Is that right?
Yes, at one time.
At one time. It kind of morphed to some other things.
It ended up being Subco instead of Civico. We didn't know who was going to show up.
Why don't you talk about some of the bands you played with and kind of your rise to fame and fortune, and also let everybody know what you're doing now. Maybe they can come down there and see you at your present job.
Well, my present job is I deal dice. Well, that's a matter of opinion in some people's eyes. And also 21 down at the boat at Astar, and then had a lawn care business, and I played music so I could cut grass. Actually, that seemed to be the thing to do. And no, we started out with Civico. Actually, I was talking to Josh that the first band that I played with was out at the Eagles Country Club.
Yeah.
And it was myself and Chris Fruit, Jim Perkins, and I believe Scott Harvey may have been playing trumpet at one time also, and a guy named Jimmy Fingers. He played a hand and we were Jimmy Fingers and the Easy Tones.
Oh, Lord.
Dig that.
Jeez. That's a blast from the past.
Yes, it was.
Yeah.
And that I do remember. And I think I was 19 or 20.
Yeah.
Not really supposed to be in the club, but I didn't drink, so that was okay.
Yeah. Also want to remind our audience this afternoon that along with myself and the fabulous Rodenberg boys, we have Mr. Mark McCoy taking some photos, and we have the folks from EvansvilleNights.com doing a video, and that should be up on a blog probably next week sometime. And I also want to give a shout out to our engineer this afternoon. Not only is he the producer of the afternoon jazz flight, but also the student station manager here at WUEV, Mr. Josh Woody. Well, guys, we can talk all day long, but I think the folks out in Radio Land wants to hear some more music.